Coming at you live from my home studio in beautiful La Puente, California. This is the All Dodgers podcast. Happy Saturday to you wherever you may be. We're a couple hours from first pitch, Dodgers-Royals game 2. We don't need to talk a whole lot about that game, what's coming up. Of course, we know Shohei's on the bump. What I want to talk about today is Dustin May. I want to talk about Teoscar Hernandez's defense. It's calling a defense in the outfield, if that's what we the name we want to use for whatever he's doing out there. Love Teo, but it's worth a conversation. That and a whole lot more. Of course, we got voicemails today. It's Saturday. It's all Dodgers after dark. It's Swear Jar Saturday. I will issue the content warning now. If you guys are looking for a cleaner show, Saturdays are it's for rock and roll. We might have some F-bombs, we might have some swearing. So if you are listening to the show in its podcast platform, just be warned. I would ask maybe tune out after a few minutes. Let's get a good listen in, because that does help myself, Jeff, Kevin out, and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, most importantly, beyond all of that, happy Saturday, guys. Sound off in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. I see, I see even before the show started, our friend IB Strokin giving a lot of love in the chat, telling people where to help support the show, where to listen to the show on its podcast platform, all that kind of stuff. And also IB Strokin here is itching for those Richie F-bombs. Don't worry, voicemails are coming up in a little while for sure. But Diane, letting you guys know, hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, notification bell, all that kind of stuff on your way in. It does help the channel out a whole lot. It's been a while since it's just been you and us, me and you. That's the word, you and I, something like that. How you guys doing? How's everybody going? Kevin's going to be joining the show in just a little while. Kevin and I today. Tomorrow you'll get most likely just Jeff on the channel, but not a bad first week of having Jeff leave the old show, or the old show leave him, and come on over to All Dodgers. I want to take a moment just to talk to you guys as people. I feel like we've built a kinship now over the last year and a half or so, season and a half of doing All Dodgers, and it's really cool having Jeff join the channel. I think as you can see, content is coming out more often, more frequently. It's fun having another person there that knows all the bells and whistles you need to do to make these shows happen. It just makes it that much easier for me to be able to sit down and hang out with you guys, do some content, us to talk about the Dodgers more. And obviously Kevin around to inject his enthusiasm and his Dodger knowledge in with us. I think it's a fun blend. Still learning all how to work together and all that kind of stuff, but hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. Let's see. Daniel with the great comment here is we'll play around a little bit early here. Says, I want some non-Wendy's food takes. Let me tell you, the best pizza in the world, Rio's Pizza. They have a few. It's a small chain, local. You get one in Montebello. You can get one in Pico Rivera. Shout out Pico Rivera. You can also get one down the street from me over in beautiful South El Monte, if you want to call it that. Rio's Pizza. Get yourself a large double pep. You're never, ever going to go wrong there. Go there with the kids, have some wings or whatever. Fuck yeah. It's a pizza thing. Hey, asking what coffee you drinking today, Skip. So I'm drinking my Heritage coffee. Shout out Heritage, but I'm drinking it in my Pie Living Grill mug. That's something to come, a special partnership we do have coming up on the show. But if I'm going to tell you, if you're asking about the coffee, I'll tell you, check out Heritage 1857 coffee. I took this video of all the things they sent me, which I do appreciate. Shout out Lou, the owner of Heritage. But the stuff is great. We've taken the cafe latte camping. We've taken the 3-in-1. Actually, right now I'm having a combination of the salted and the 3-in-1 in here. And it's Vietnamese coffee. You could have it hot. You could have it iced. It tweaks you out real good. Your pee smells a little weird later in the day. But it's really, really effing good coffee. So I appreciate Heritage, who I reached out to. I found them at an event, talked to them. Talked to the owner. He's a big-time baseball fan. I was like, hey, I love your coffee. Let's work together. And he sent me some coffee, and I don't even need to still be talking about it. But I just do that because I do appreciate the coffee. Shipping is a little expensive. I do need to talk to the guy about that sort of thing. Brendan Fellows asking, my man Clint, how many innings do we think Shohei is pitching today? I think it feels to me like we're in the neighborhood of needing an up-down. That said, I think we can get into 2 innings pitched territory. His first outing through 28 pitches, second outing through 18 pitches. Myself and some of the All Dodgers Discord crew were at that second outing. I think you could start stretching him out a little bit more, but the biggest thing is going to be the up-down. Have him pitch, have him sit down, or he doesn't even get to sit down. Have him pitch, have him go hit, maybe have a moment to sit down, run back out there for a second inning and see what happens. But I'm hoping we could do that today. If not, you do have Ben Casparius locked in to follow him. And Benny Caps, not enough love going to this kid. He's just been so dang good, so dang good. Shout out Ben Casparius. Elisheva Jones, appreciate Elisheva hanging out in the chat. So your stream is the most fun Dodger stream out there. I appreciate that, Elisheva. We try our best. I definitely try my best to do something different. You know, we're not here just to be like, oh, well, the Dodgers did this and here's the numbers and that's boring. If you want numbers, go to Baseball Reference. Here, we're here to talk about coffee, have some shots, hang out, all that kind of stuff. Have some fun with the Dodgers out there, or all together, I should say. Diane pointing out, I wish Ayrton reduce their shipping costs. That's a good point. I got to reach out. I got to send the owner a text and be like, hey, what's going on here, Chief? It's pretty dang expensive. BC in the chat, what's going on, bud? He says, fun fact, last 2 World Series Dodgers won features the team with the best records in both leagues. Will that trend continue with the Tigers? Hey, I would love to see the Dodgers and the Tigers in the World Series. Old friends Zach McKinstry and Jack Flaherty, World Series champion Jack Flaherty, and the Tigers, they're for real. They're for real. It's worth noting, though, if we're going to start talking a little bit about the team and a little bit about baseball here. How about this? I loved this tweet. We don't have Kevin in yet, so let me change to a single cam here. But from Christina, I saw on the Twitter today, thinking about how the world sucks, but the Dodgers don't. Dodgers suddenly best record in baseball after holding on last night. Shout out, by the way, Freddie Freeman. What a fucking scoop from the dude, man. Like, listen, as a first baseman, there's ways you can play it to make it look better. He might have hammed it up a little bit, hammed it up at the same time that he needed to save his own life or save his shins and also save everybody's bacon in terms of the Dodgers winning the ball game. But I could think back, if some of you folks remember David Freese playing first base for the Dodgers, and this is just a random tangent that nobody asked for. Yes, Freddie saved everybody's bacon. I'll say that again. But David Freese had a way of making his digs look really, really boring. Like he just kind of kept his glove down, like a flashy 1B. You know, you have the glove whip. You make some moves. You overdo it. Otherwise, you could just keep your glove down. Ball goes in glove, and yeah, everybody's happy. But anyways, that's not taking anything away from Freddie. That's how he plays, and he's a great first baseman. He's got gold on the back of that glove that signifies it. And my God, what a dig from the man here. I think we also have some Freddie Freeman thoughts in the voicemail hotline. By the way, guys, if you do want to call in, leave a voicemail for the show. We're not going to be around all day today. It's going to be about a 45-minute show. We're about 10 minutes in, so do. Leave your voicemails now if you want, 562-373-4095. Try to keep them a little bit shorter so we can keep the show moving along. But we do have some Freddie thoughts and a whole lot of other things, along with some F-bombs from our friend Richie. IB Strokin says, I think Bob Nightingale said there might have something to say about the best pizza. Listen, I have not had Bob Nightingale's pizza yet. So I will reserve my judgment. I will withhold my judgment on that until I have some delicious looking Lucky Nick's pizza. Doom Sal asking, how about Glasnow getting pegged by his catcher yesterday? Appreciate Mike hanging out with us in the chat. I was going to talk about this a little bit later on in the show, but yeah, I don't have that particular shot, but Chucky Robinson, Dodgers legend Chucky Robinson, trying to throw out a would-be base stealer. I don't have that clip again, but he just threw a dart right at Glasnow's right ass cheek. Was hilarious. But Glasnow went out there. This is from our friend Casey Porter over at Dodgers Daily, but he went out there throwing a second AAA rehab start yesterday. Was not great. Definitely was not great. We don't necessarily worry about the numbers. You got to figure this is spring training once again for Tyler Glasnow, but 2 1/3, 5 earned runs. Didn't quite have it, but the fact that he's throwing a baseball, he appears to still be alive and healthy. That's just only good. That's a good thing for the Dodgers. That's a good thing for everybody involved. And hopefully, keep Tyler Glasnow's ass in your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure he will appreciate that a whole lot. I'm seeing Richie in the chat says, hi, Clint, free Kim, free Richie. That's the new hashtag, guys. Free Richie. It is a free Richie day. We're going to get to his voicemail very, very shortly. Kevin Newhouse in the chat, I made it. What did I miss? Everything, bro. What I missed is that you didn't invite to John Party, and that's just jacked up. Guy doesn't think I'm a country fan. God. We're going to have Kevin join us in just a second here. But first, guys, I do want to tell you about Bet Online. It is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for sports betting action here in 2025. Baseball season, of course, is in full swing. Football season is around the corner. Bet Online has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, scores, even live in-game betting. From MLB, UFC, tennis, NFL futures, Bet Online remains your choice for sports wagering info. Didn't mess it up that time. From MLB, I did that part, right? Now I messed it up. See, don't count your chickens before they hatch. In between games, head over to the Bet Online Casino. They have all the top Vegas-style games, including poker. There's a live casino there. Do check that out. Head to the website today. Take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program with level-up bonuses, weekly cash boosts, and more. Bet Online, the game starts here. Now, what I would love to do, where if Kevin, if you're watching, go ahead and jump into the show, jump on the link, and we'll talk about this together. I hear the ring-a-ding-ding of our buddy Kevin, so we're going to plug in our boy. I think I have him assigned to this one, so this should be, there he is. Look at that. The man, the myth, the legend. He's not a legend, but happy Saturday to you.
Whoa, dang, that was rude.
Also, for some reason, immediately, Ecamm did that thing where it's the wrong mic input, so you work on that while I read. I see we got a super chat from our buddy Kevin Newhouse. Is $20. Says Glasnow is going to the IL with butt cramps. That's pretty good. That's way better. Look at that. He's back. He's all the way back. That's cash money right there for your boy Skinner. You got your coffee? Are you drinking coffee this morning, my man?
Yep.
What do you got? It looks iced.
Cold brew.
Oh, yeah, what a guy.
We Zanab and I played tennis for the first time today, so I got cold brew afterwards because it was hot. Yeah.
Is this a new summer activity so you can give it up at the end of summer? Yeah, it's good.
No, I played tennis as a kid.
Isn't it like hot as nuts?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
All right, so
it's really hot.
Guys, if Kevin dies during the chat, hit that thumbs up button.
I've had 2 bottles of water, and yeah, the cold brew is not anything warm probably would have killed me, I think.
That's fair. So just in time, I did want to talk about we gotta talk about Dustin May a little bit, because I've been putting this off, and obviously we had talked earlier in the week about you potentially doing a video about kind of Dustin May and how where Emmett Sheehan sort of fits in the equation for the Dodgers. And don't worry, guys, we're gonna get to voicemails. We're gonna have more Dodgers talk and all of that. Again, sound off in the voicemails if you have some thoughts, but with Dustin May, it feels to me like this is a complex conversation, because the only reason we're like, what the hell is wrong with him, is because the expectations are so ridiculously high when you put on a fucking Dodgers uniform, and he is doing like perfectly okay. But when you see a 4.5 ERA and you know each start he's going to give up at least, 3, maybe 4 runs, he's going to have that blow up inning. As I put perfectly okay up on the screen there, it's like my thing was great as a 5th starter. That's something Dave Roberts even said last night. He expressed it in so many words in his post game. He loves the fact that he goes out there, posts every 5th day, something this team needs desperately. Usually gives him about 5 or 6. Maybe could have gone deeper yesterday, but just kind of didn't have it. And I appreciate Dave trying to keep the game there and keep the Dodgers, keep a little win streak going there. But listen, to me, he's not good by our standards as Dodgers fans, but it's impressive what he's doing considering he had the health scare like almost a year ago to the date, where he had a fight with a piece of lettuce and ended up in the hospital and ended up almost dying. On top of that, has barely pitched for the most part of the last 4 seasons. He's going out there, again, giving his team mostly 5-6 innings when they desperately need innings. They desperately need somebody to post every 5th day, and he's doing it maybe like painfully or perfectly league average. To me, it feels like this is a point where us as Dodgers fans just expect way too much. What's your kind of your pulse? What's your taste of where D-May is at? And then we could talk about like his future with the team and all that. But what do you like and what do you disliking with Dustin?
There's not a ton to like. So his first 3 starts, he allowed 1 and 0 earned runs. That's great. Comes off the IL. Haven't seen him in a little bit. He and Vegetables weren't getting along, and missed a year for it. In the last 12 starts, he has given up 2 or fewer runs 3 times. Yeah. That's not good. That's not good for somebody with
breaking news.
That's not good for somebody with the potential we think he should have, or at least what his stuff indicates he should have, because we're at a point right now where, like you said, he takes the ball whenever we need him to, which is, your best ability is availability, sure. But, like with James Paxton last year, there was always an inkling like, okay, maybe we could get like 6 innings, 2 earned runs. There was that possibility.
Is it bad that I absolutely forgot about James Paxton?
Yeah, no, it's not. But my point bringing up James Paxton is when Dustin May takes the ball, I don't even think that's possible. I know I'm going to get probably 6 innings, but it's probably going to be of like 4 earned runs, 3 earned runs. Like I had better expectations with James Paxton getting the ball than I currently do with Dustin May. And that's unfortunate with where those 2 guys are in their careers. A la Dustin May is not even 28 and James Paxton isn't even playing baseball right now. Yeah. So it's very concerning. And then when you pair that with the underlying metrics where, he just isn't generating whiffs at all. He's not striking out anybody. Fastball velocity is down. So not only is the fastball velocity down, but he's not able to put it in the zone. His zone rate's down. Everything across the board is down. It's just, there's a lot to be concerned. And then you can't even, there's no good way of really twisting it. You can't say, oh, well, at least the results are good, but the underlying metrics are bad. It's not, oh, the results are bad, but the underlying metrics are good. It's all bad.
Yeah. Again, the best thing is he's posting. Elisheva Jones had it. Like, fact is, we need Dustin May right now until guys return from the IL. But this was a conversation you and I and Jeff were having in our I don't know if call it a private chat, but we were having on the side about like, clearly Emmett Sheehan is very, very ready to go. Whether or not they plug him back into the rotation as like an official 6th starter until Glasnow and his now probably sore right ass cheek are ready to go. And Blake Snell posted something today talking about how he's soon, back soon, whatever that means. We're talking about at least 6 weeks probably, because he's barely like, I don't think he's doing
faced hitters yet.
He has not faced hitters. He's doing live bullpens and whatever. He's doing bullpen sessions, but he has not faced hitters. He's not done We're nowhere near a rehab assignment, and that's going to be at probably 4 starts at the floor. We're a good while away. We're talking August right now, mid-August at best for Blake Snell. So there's still opportunity for Dustin to prove himself. There's still opportunity for Emmett Sheehan to potentially slide into that 6th role. Wrobleski has earned himself a good solid look over these over these relief appearances, these bulk appearances. He's been good. I love it. Masks him from himself in a starting role, but bringing this back to Dustin May. All of those names, all of those arms right now have a higher upside than D-May in a starting role, and I would like to see them more than D-May because we waited 4 years for Dustin. With all due respect, this wasn't his fault. He didn't go out there and try to injure himself. But we waited for 4 years for Dustin to be around, be available, be a part of this team, and right now, like we've said before about, I can't remember some of the players, but in this particular case, it kind of feels like the Dodgers have passed Dustin May by in terms of what he's able to provide right now, and ultimately, what's most important for us is getting to October. It's like, fucking, dude, you probably ain't going to have a job here, man. Or unless the other part of the equation, the other part of the question is his future in the bullpen, and can he be better than any of the other, I'm bad at math, Jeff's not here, eight dudes that would probably be in the postseason bullpen? Can he be better than any of those dudes? Like, guys come back healthy. If we're talking about August or September, he won't have a choice. He's going to be in the bullpen, but can he find a way to, get up on Dave's trust tree for October and be in the mix for that? But I like looking at D-May, man. What we've talked a lot over the years about, is he a better in the bullpen, 2-pitch pitcher, just let it eat? The problem is he's been bad in his first innings a whole lot. So I don't know. Like, bullpen now, let's say a few months into the season, how do you feel about a Dustin May like bullpen role?
And that's where I bring up the underlying stuff, is because that's what I would look at. When you look at a bullpen piece, you need one thing that stands out. Just like one, do you have a really good fastball? Can you generate whiffs if you can't control anything? Like, even with Tanner Scott, that's why he's so effective, is he's generally going to walk guys, but he's just got an elite whiff rate and an elite strikeout rate to make up for the whiffs, or to make up for the walks. Dustin May right now doesn't have any of that. He's not missing bats, which in my opinion is the most important thing you can do in the bullpen. He does generate a good amount of ground balls, so maybe that sinker slider combination works. Unfortunately, though, the most successful guy we've seen do that are basically Evan Phillips and Blake Trinan, and both those guys are elite strikeout guys. So that's
a good point.
If Dustin May transitions to the bullpen, I'm just like going over the 40-man roster. There are so many other guys I'd rather see over Dustin May that aren't even active currently. Blake Trinan is one of them. Edgardo Enriquez, he's been throwing in the minor league levels and has been doing it fairly well. Brusdar Graterol, are we going to see him back at some point? Like, these are guys that are going to come back that have proven, except for Edgardo Enriquez. But the upside for him is there, and at least we could give him a look. Unfortunately for Dustin, it's kind of like we've seen what he has, and what he has isn't good enough to be in the bullpen. If he was generating any kind of whiffs, just for context, he's in the 17th percentile in whiff rate. He's in the 16th percentile in chase rate. Guys know, hey, if you throw me the ball and it's breaking, I'm spitting on it.
Yeah. And he's also like really, really out of the zone right now with that breaking pitch. Like, it was tight.
Not even
it was
in the
good
shadow.
Yeah, exactly. He, if we're talking about a tunnel, he ran into the wall with a lot of those sweepers, and that's where he's getting beat. That's another part of where he's getting beat a whole lot. All right. Chances are we could stand up there, me and you each get like 4 at bats. We could probably not even swing the bat and work 3 walks in our 8 at bats.
It's bad. He's in the 30th percentile at walk rate. He's at 9.7% walk rate. That's not good enough. And again, I point out guys like Tanner Scott, who generally have a worse walk rate. Tanner Scott strikes dudes out, and that's why his walks are fine. Yeah. Dustin May doesn't do that, so he can't be walking the world.
I mean, hopefully you would hope, because again, he's going to end up there. And if he's going to have any value to this team this year, it's going to be in a relief role. Hopefully it ends up being where it's something clicks different. Maybe it's a mental thing, like a mentality for him being in the bullpen could be different in relief, but still, like, this is the data we're working off of. It's like the numbers aren't showing good. Like you said, like the metrics aren't good. The eye test isn't good. The results are obviously not good. So a lot of things are against him. That said, to give him some flowers with this, again, like it says on the screen, he's been perfectly okay. Every team, especially the Dodgers, you need to have this guy. You need to have somebody that gives you just something for the middle of a long 162 game season. And if he is this year's kind of James Paxton, at least he's going to get a ring out of it. I think he's a free agent after this year.
Yeah,
I cannot envision him being a part of the Dodgers' plan moving forward. They've already given them a lot of good years, and he didn't reward them necessarily, again, through no fault of his own. But at some point, there's only so many chances you end up getting, and I think, we're probably likely in the final few months of D-May being around, but we'll take what we can get from him right now unless something drastically changes. Obviously, he's not happy. The organization is trying to figure some things out. But I guess mostly here, we just wanted to have a conversation about Dustin May, and maybe his future is on the White Sox or the Rockies. Hey, who knows? He could honestly be a trade piece, much like James Paxton at the deadline. Finding
you'd
some
have to
sort
trade
of,
it with a contender. Not with the White Sox, the Rockies, because he has no value to them because he's a free agent at the end of this year. So his trade value, you're trading very, very low. Because I was thinking about it, at best, you're looking at trading with like the Brewers or the Rays, a team that can probably, with their pitching lab, turn them around a little bit. And, the Brewers make insane relievers appear out of thin air. So maybe Milwaukee's got somebody, because they might need a bullpen piece. Maybe they flip somebody to the Dodgers, a low-level prospect for Dustin May. But like that's really all you're going to get, unfortunately. Or he's just like a part of a trade, but he's not headlining anything because the numbers are bad and he's a free agent. So there's not a ton of trade value there.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely something to be watching relatively closely as we dip our toes soon into July. So this is what I'll be watching. I know you'll be watching, and we'll have more Dustin May thoughts as we get closer to the trade deadline. But I did see a comment somewhere along the way. And we got more to get to. Matty Man 5 Dodge. This is not what I was going for, but he says, Richie, watch your mouth. And Matty Man also asking, like, hey, are we allowed to curse? Yeah, we could. It's Saturday. You guys can have some fun in the chat. Have some fun.
For the boys.
Saturdays are for the boys. But also, everybody's here. We're having a good time right here. But yeah, there it was. It's like, can we cuss now? Abso-fucking-lutely. Just for Saturdays though. But somebody had asked in the comments, and also somebody had asked on the voicemail hotline, but they texted the voicemail hotline like, "What's the latest with Brusdar Gratterall?" So the anticipation or the expectation is that he should be starting a rehab assignment probably in August, maybe a little bit sooner. Let me try to get this on the screen in a that's not at all what we wanted, but okay. I don't know why it's noise, but I'm trying to plug in a video here of Dustin.
Sounded like
of Dustin throwing.
Brusdar.
Yeah, sorry, never Dustin.
We watched Dustin throwing a lot. We did that last night, and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, there it is, right there. It looks a little wonky, but this is Brusdar throwing at Camelback Ranch. It looks like he's feeling good. He's been kind of what am I looking for? Detailing his recovery from shoulder surgery on a new YouTube channel for himself and on his social media. But the important thing is he's throwing a baseball. I'll put it up again. He's throwing a baseball, and it looks like Brusdar to me. He looks right. He looks ready to go. Could be throwing pitches for this team in a month and a half, and there's another person that could take away Dustin's job.
Yep. That's the thing is there are so many guys that aren't even on the roster that I would like. I mean, Alexis Diaz in the minor leagues, he's on the 40-man. He's been pitching pretty dang well. And I mean, even guys that are on the roster, oh God, what is his name? Luis Garcia. He's looked pretty good.
I can't be nice to him. You know this.
No, but
This is part of the narrative. This is how it works.
But like he's looked all right.
Guys, hit that like button if you know
Luis
what's
Garcia.
going on with me and Luis Garcia.
So there's just a lot of players that right now I don't know. I don't know where Dustin May's future is with this team. It's nice that he's posting, but as guys get healthy, he's kind of the first guy off the chopping block, if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean
Lou Trevino, I guess.
That's just
he's pitched pretty well too.
Yeah, Trevino's been fine, but these are mid-season dudes, not guys that should be around when games matter most in October.
Yeah.
Shifting gears here a little bit, I wanted to fire off some of our voicemails because we do have voicemails on the voicemail hotline. Let's go and do that. Let's go do that. Oh, look at that. We have comments also on the voicemail hotline, although this is in the way, so we could do that. But we do have a couple of calls in. I wanted to hear from Diane first, because Diane, who has been ill, made the trek to her phone to leave a voicemail for the show today. We're going to listen.
Hello, Clint Nation. It's Diane Schroeder, and yeah, I'm still alive, and thanks to all of you for asking. I just wanted to vent about D. May for a second.
Oh, perfect.
Can we please not have him start as a starter as soon as one of our regular starters comes back into the rotation? I could hardly watch that display of ineffective wildness last night. Okay, Clint, this one's short and sweet, and no F-bombs from me. They're all reserved, and maybe Noah. See ya.
Hey, look at that. Diane Schroeder, the queen of the chat, as D-Mac might have said when she would watch his show. But yeah, I mean, I think that's where a lot of people are at with Dustin. It's like, we appreciate you, we appreciate you showing up every fifth day. Eventually, you're not going to be the man, the myth, the legend for this team. I also, by the way, this is great. After I called you, I said, "Hey, you're not a legend." Kenny Chung had that. He's not a legend. Shots fired at Kevin.
I know, it's rude.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be rude. Something like that. Let's see. We got another voicemail from Noah, as you know.
Well, what up, guys? It's Noah, as you know. And I got to say, guys, this month has been insane. It's been a stretch. The team overall has not fired on all cylinders. We are going to win the division, and we are going to win the World Series. As we can all agree, at least most of us, Mookie Betts isn't performing well because of playing shortstop. He himself on his podcast said that ultimately playing shortstop allows him less time to focus on his hitting because he has to get to the field earlier, an hour or two earlier, and has to get warmed up at playing at shortstop. And then there's Freddie, who I think he needs an IL stint because something tells me that he is injured and isn't fully himself, given the results we all have seen. And then there's Teo. Come on. He's so bad in right field. Let's put Andy Pajes there because the arm of Andy Pajes is going to be able to prevent a single from turning into a double or a double turning into a triple. And Teoscar, he did really, should I say, decent last year in left field when he played left field in the postseason and during the regular season. So he should go back there. So overall, guys, the Dodgers are the only ones pulling themselves back from firing on all cylinders, and they are going to thrive. But anyways, as you know, Fox the Dodgers Stadium parking lot, Fox Fernando Tatis, back Manny Machado, Fox Mike Schilt, and for love of God, Fox the Ghost Runner. See ya.
We got a Mike Schilt in there. Breaking news, we got a fuck Mike Schilt in there. Appreciate Noah calling in. Thinking about it, I should have played Richie first so he could have got the first official F-bombs from the voicemail hotline back. However, the anticipation for Richie, it's probably killing him.
Probably.
I do want to talk about Teoscar. I appreciate Noah calling in and talking about, we all kind of need to talk about and mentioning the left field factor. But before we do that, because I also think Richie might have mentioned it as well, let's go ahead and hear what Richie has to say. And then we will dive into Teo and probably get pretty close to wrapping up. But here is Richie in Devore.
Hey, Clint. Happy Saturday to you. I went to the dentist yesterday, and I complained to him. Says, hey, man, I still got yellow teeth. He told me just wear a brown necktie. But I digress. Well, I woke up this morning to find out that the Dodgers have the best record in MLB at the moment, so I'm happy. I'm happier than Mike Schilt at the Twinkie aisle at the local Stater Brothers. I have a suggestion for the lineup. Can we just drop Conforto like third period French, get him the hell out of Dodger blue and send him to the moon? And why can't we do this? So hear me out. Let's move Tio to left where he belongs. Tommy Tanks goes to center. Andy Pages go to right because he's got that strong arm, and that's where you need that arm anyway in right field to throw runners out trying to advance, or even better, trying to score. Then we pay whatever ransom or whatever hostage demands that the Dodgers have and get Kim out of the witness protection program and platoon him and Miggy Rowe and or Kike at second base, and then you can still move pieces around that way. Dustin May, I'm not going to be too harsh on him. Look, Dustin May is coming off of 2 years, a life-threatening condition, and some arm problems. I get it. But he does give you 5 innings, and we know it's going to be an adventure. And as long as the Dodger offense and defense can back him up, hey, we're going to be okay. But as far as the postseasons go, I don't know. He scares me. And finally, Freddie Freeman coming up with that ice cream scoop at first base last night was epic. What a great way to end the game. Baskin Robbins can't believe how much of a snow cone that was last night. And last but not least, freedom! So, Dodger Stadium parking lot, fuck Manny Machado, fuck the Padres, fuck Tatis, and for the love of God, fuck the Ghost Runner, and hashtag Kim. Free Kim. See ya.
Like he was so excited.
I know.
He blew it a little bit because his
blew
phone
out
speaker. Yeah, he blew it out.
Yeah.
Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for Saturdays being for the boys and the girls. It's rock and roll Saturdays. It's swear jar Saturday. It might be, maybe. We need to figure that one out. Maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
All right, let's talk Teo, because yeah, we did get another voicemail, and we'll play that in a little bit. But we need to start having a conversation about at the bare minimum a late game defensive replacement, because love Teoscar Hernandez. We knew that the defense was a little rough. It seems like it has taken a step backward this season, maybe I'm visualizing it being a step backward. But yeah, the play that was not made yesterday, and let me get you back up on the screen here. Like this is rough. That's a tough moment. I'm wondering because I saw in the first inning, I don't know if you were watching the game in the first inning, but there was a lot of sun in right field, and I'm wondering if it got caught above the stadium for a second there, like above the shielding of the sun, but still lost it for a second. It looks to me like he might have lost it, and then hot dog. Then it sped up on him because he wasn't aware of how hard it was hit. But again, like our buddy Jacob Brownson's saying there, 99 catch probability. I'm not fast, but I'm a pretty decent outfielder, especially when I get my reps under me. I think I can make that play. Maybe. I do love that play also going over my shoulder, the backhand play, but Dave wanted none of that conversation last night about Teoscar and potentially moving to left field. We know the best defensive lineup of this team. They're not running it out there every day. Chances are Dave does that thing finally when they get to the postseason that they do a little bit of swapsies, a little bit of musical chairs. But is there outside of the bat any redeeming quality in Teo in right field right now?
No, but we knew that going in.
Mm-hmm.
It was always just kind of ironic, or not ironic. It was just funny when people would say,
"It's like
I don't want Juan Soto. Get me Teoscar," because Juan Soto's bad on defense. Like Teoscar's horrible on defense. You guys not been watching. I think what makes
I'm not wrong that he wasn't as bad last year.
He was horrible last
Really?
year. I think he graded out like second or third worst outfielder in baseball. It's just this year he's grading out as the worst outfielder in baseball. It's tough because when Conforto misplays a ball, right? He's usually coming in, he dives and he misses it.
Mm-hmm.
When Teo misplays a ball, it looks like he's jogging. Yeah. So the optics of it make it look worse than it is, and it's already bad. But when it looks like he's not giving it his maximum effort, which maybe he is, I don't know. I'm not him. I don't know what his. I mean, he's not exactly fast. He's not Lightning McQueen out there. But when it looks like he's jogging, yeah, it looks. It's hard to watch now. Those mistakes are also a little bit easier to stomach in left field, because if you make that mistake in left field, you can prevent the runner from going to third. Whereas that he misses it in right, that runner's probably getting to third base.
Yeah, I'm throwing up again here.
It's like as soon as he misplays that, the runner's already at second, or should be, and they're on their way to third if they get even a decent jump. Yeah. It's tough to watch. There's no real redeeming quality from Teoscar in right field, simply because you have Andy Pages, who has a better arm. If you just take the glove away,
yeah,
Andy's got a better arm and should just be in right field, period. That's just kind of where that conversation should end. I have a feeling that they're just protecting Tommy Edman from running too much. They don't want him in center field because they talked that he was going to get the most amount of reps in center field this year. He had that ankle issue, and then we haven't seen him in center field since. And so I think, unfortunately, that's really what's blocking Haesung Kim from playing, is they're just trying to keep everybody's bat relevant. But I think if Tommy Edman was healthy, Tommy Edman would be in center field almost every day with Haesung Kim at second. But that's to answer the question, no, there's not a lot that you like to see about Teoscar and right.
Yeah, I still think even if he didn't grade out great in left field, it feels like you could mask defensive woes in left field. Shout out Manny Ramirez's entire career, or at least
he threw out a runner after eating a nacho. Okay, so that's
it was a high five. It was a high five.
How do you eat a nacho and then threw it? Okay, well,
the high five. Maybe he did the nacho. You guys let us know. Did Man Ram have himself? Not Man Ram. Man, what am I doing? I'm trying too hard here. Is my point. But I don't remember the nacho. I do remember the high five and then the throwback. But yeah, the absolute best defensive version of this outfield is going to be Tommy in center, and it's going to be Andy Pages in right, and it's going to be Teoscar Hernandez in left field. Honestly, it wouldn't be the best. That would be the best that includes Teoscar Hernandez in the lineup, which we have to. I saw somebody dicking around. I think actually it might have been our buddies at Dodger Blue saying, Shohei Ohtani's played some outfield. Do a little swapsy. It ain't gonna happen, but we could have hope. We could have some sort of joy in our heart. Perfect timing right here. Super chat, $2 from Timmy. Timmy says, how much do I have to cope for a Jarren Duran trade? If the Red Sox traded another outfielder to the Dodgers, I think people would actively stop watching and stop going to the games.
Yeah, but they're currently 8 games back in the AL East. Let me see how many games back they're in the wild card really fast. They are... Oh, nope. Why did you do that? Thank you. They're 3 games back of a wild card spot, so they're like in the mix, but they're not. Yeah. But again, the problem with the Red Sox is they have too many outfielders. So this isn't trading Jarren Duran because they don't want to pay him. This is trading Jarren Duran because they have younger guys that they want to get up at the plate. They want to get up, Roman Anthony, Willie Abreu, stuff like that. They want to get these guys looks. If Duran's available, he's my number one guy because he solves pretty much every problem the Dodgers have. He's a bona fide center fielder. He plays a good center field.
I would really.
It'd be nice.
It's just center fielder.
Yeah, but it's a pipe dream if you ask me.
Yeah.
Because it's because I know the Red Sox, but like the Dodgers and Red Sox are natural bedfellows right now because the Red Sox need pitching and we've got a ton of it that we don't know what to do with.
Dustin May, Landon Knack. Also, just in case, give him James Outman because they need a 40-man roster spot at some point. Yeah, you could play 4A for them as well. I like that the first part of Noah's message here is like Teo, the ball. It seems like the ball didn't go as much to Teo last year, and obviously the Dodgers kind of tried their best to control that with their pitch planning or whatever, like their sequencing. Not that you can necessarily always do that, but keep the ball away more, and ball is likely going to go more to right field. But like I was saying before, like you can mask it in left field because usually. You don't get that teardrop play that ended up dropping. I think it was yesterday between Freddie and Salvi's hit. You don't get that, and Teo has some sprint speed and all that. He has some foot speed, but when he's in the outfield, he doesn't really let it eat. He doesn't let it fly as much as he does like when he's actually running the bases. And I wonder if it's the ball jumping on you. You're trying to really control your steps so you don't lose the baseball as an outfielder. I don't know if it's that.
I will
say, but it's a concern when you're talking about trying to win a World Series again.
Absolutely, and it is one thing that you can maybe say in support of Dustin May is like the outfield defense didn't, or Teoscar specifically didn't do him any favors. But at the same time, unfortunately, with the way the Dodgers have constructed their roster, they also can't really sustain a pitcher, a fly ball pitcher like Dustin May, who's going to give up hard contact because you then have to rely on your outfielders to make plays. And neither Conforto or Teoscar are really built to do that. They can handle the soft, line outs or the pop-ups. They can do that. Well, technically as the day is long, but it's the loud outs that they really struggle with. And Dustin May right now is a lot of loud outs.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like that. This was on the Discord last night. This is 1218. I forgot their screen name on here, but it says I feel better about the bullpen games than May Day. And earlier in the stream, I made sure to give Robleski, but also Kasparius a massive shout out, who both of them acting as shadow fourth and fifth starters. They deserve all the love in the world. There's what kind of these kids are keeping the team alive, because they would be in a real world of hurt otherwise. But if you mentioned May again there, we had another voicemail. This is where we're getting around to eventually. Somebody had left another voicemail regarding Dustin May thoughts, and from what I saw from the transcript, this might be a doctor.
Hey, what's up, Clint? Love the show. This is Dr. B from San Gabriel Valley. Okay, so all your points are on point. May is mediocre. Sad because we knew what he was before the surgeries, I should say. As far as the outfield goes, I love Teo, man. I still have no regrets about the signing, but it's like his outfield play is so lazy. I feel like he jogs towards the balls. There's been at least 4 different plays where the ball's dropped right in front of him, and just in the last week. And it just seems like he's just kind of lackadaisical out there. So I completely agree. We need to move Pajes to the right-hand side in order to avoid doubles and triples because he's got a much better arm. It's just common sense. Teo did just fine last year in left field. Yep. As far as Kim goes, would somebody please free Hai-Song Kim? What is going on with that? He needs to play. He needs more playing time over Rojas and Kike. Keep him in the mix, but Kim has way too many tools to be sitting on the bench. He makes things happen. He's a spark plug. All right. Anyways, much love, guys. Have a great weekend. Go Dodgers. Fuck the Dodger Stadium parking lot and those $20 beers too.
Yes.
All right, peace out.
Yes. Big shout out, Dr. B from San Gabriel Valley, down the road from me. Hey, Dr. B, you got time to? What the hell? Oh, took a minute to hang up there. Does he got time to check out my ankle? Because I got some problems. I've got some problems. But beyond that, I love that Many Man 5 Dodgers. We got a freaking doctor in the chat. That's pretty good. But a lot of good stuff there. And yeah, I guess we've kind of touched on all of it. Anything you want to digest from Dr. B's chat call there, voicemail?
Yeah, on the Hai-Song Kim thing, he's right. There's too many tools. I know they want to keep his, they want to protect him at the plate, but he gets on. He's a He's a menace. He's better defensively. There's just so many reasons to have him in the lineup that every time he's not in the lineup, it's like, why not? And as soon as we get off this Michael Conforto experience, as soon as we're done with that, I think this will just all look a lot better, because then you can put Teoscar in left where Conforto is. That's just really what bugs me, is the reason is Teoscar isn't right is because we just keep running out Conforto. And it's like, okay, this needs to end. This needs to end. Get me off this dang train.
Again, this is where it comes down to, you can do this. They could play around with this right now, and it's not the end of the world. Like, the Dodgers are in first place. They have the best record in baseball playing these dudes the way they are. It's not affecting them. And it's frustrating. It's absolutely frustrating. I saw, funny enough, I just closed the tweet out I had on that I was thinking about playing, but Jeff Spiegel had said it, great, of course, from Dodger Blue. He's like, we have these in so many words, like, we have these crazy expectations and you want to win every single game and yada yada, but like, what they're doing is working right now. And
best record of baseball.
The best part of fandom is being able to complain about everything, but the fact is we have a very good ball club that we all get to watch and enjoy together. And by the time they get to the postseason, like, they're going to be doing the things they're supposed to do. It's going to be probably Teo and left, and that's where Dave will be like, look, I'll give you a full season of your numbers here, and this is what's going to make us better. And the good thing with the Dodgers and these players is that they're not Rafi Devers. They're like, yeah, you know what? If this is what the team wants, if this is what Dave wants, and the front office identifies as the way to help us win, Teoscar will be in left, Pages will be in right, and Jaron Duran will be in center field.
God, I will. Andy F., do it. Do it. Hey, a super chat from Ivy Stroking.
We can get that one in just a second. Say, what if Conforto gets fixed and he goes on a tear? He's on a tear right now. He has 5 hits in his last 3 games. That's massive. And Ivy Stroking, thank you very much. Go ahead and read Ray's chat here.
PSA, can't be one of the fortunate ones attending Kirsch's 3K game. Join the rest of us in Discord. And don't forget, All-Star voting resumes on Monday.
Yeah, so are you officially doing the meetup or the watch party? Probably, maybe.
I have to find a way to watch it. I just realized it's against the White Sox. I'm blacked out for that. So I will have to find a workaround.
We have to get you a VPN, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to see if NordVPN or somebody's doing
So I'll be at that game, by the way. A lot of the All Dodgers friends are going to be there. I'm actually going to be our buddy Bob Nightingale got tickets a row in front of me, so we'll be there. Richie's going to be there. We'll have plenty of boots on the ground correspondence for Clayton Kershaw's 3,000th strikeout. But if he doesn't get 3 Ks against the White Sox, I'm going to be very upset. I'm just saying.
A lot of people are going to be very mad.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident.
Very upset.
I feel pretty confident that Kershaw's going to get it. But yeah, I'll be out there.
Remember when he was breaking Don Drysdale's franchise, he had like the yips for a second. It took him like 2 games to do it.
This Kershaw isn't going to have yips. I feel confident about it. But I'll be out there, Loge 165. If you find me, buy me a beer or don't. Nice. Just come by, say hi, and let's go, boys in blue. And also, Dr. V is in the chat, who's not Dr. B. But unless I heard B or V or whatever. But this is I could take a look. My PhD is in education, so I can write up a really good report on my ankle injury. I appreciate that. I can tell you.
Love it.
It's all bad, but it's only been bad for like 23 years, so it's not that big of a deal.
Not bad. Yeah. It's not degenerative yet.
Yeah, rolled the absolute shit out of it and stupidly was walking on it like 2 days later and never went to a doctor. The best way to do it, guys. But that's about it. There's other things we could be talking about. It's Ohtani Bump Day. And by the way, Dave Roberts said, and I know you had sent it, I had also pulled it up for myself. Dave is expected to pitch into the second inning. Sorry.
Dave is pitching. Holy.
Shohei is expected to pitch into the second inning today unless it's too stressful. So boo-hoo. But that's huge. Got an up-down for Shohei today, and that is good. But, guys, otherwise, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Saturdays are for the boys and the ladies, whoever wants to say things, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this show. We enjoyed hanging out with you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your comments, your questions, your disengaging with us, hanging out in the chat, the voicemails as well, and of course your super chats. Those really do help out the channel a whole bunch. Didn't do it here as much in the chat outside of what IB Stroken had mentioned, but we have to thank our channel members and our Patreon supporters for helping us keep the show moving, keep the show better, growing, all that kind of stuff. If you guys are looking for a different way to support the show and support independent baseball coverage, Dodgers coverage here on the internet for much, much, much less than the price of a Dodger dog, so much less. About $5 a month. You can do that over at patreon.com/realfrg or click the join button somewhere here on YouTube. Links are in the description below. But with that, you get access to our Discord server. We have at least monthly game watch parties on Discord. Don't tell MLB. And ideally, Kevin is not blacked out by MLB. You're probably going to be blacked out drunk, but maybe a little. Maybe we'll figure that one out.
We'll figure that out, yeah.
And other things. We have game meetups and stuff like that. So cool, really cool growing community with Discord, and that's through Patreon, through YouTube members. So that's about it. All Dodgers is presented by Bet Online. That guy is producer Kevin. Give him a follow at Skinner7Kevin. Our other usual co-host, Snydog, Jeff Snyder. He'll be back here tomorrow, but give him a follow at Snydog. I'm Real FRG on all the social media things. Just as Jenny said, follow Real FRG everywhere. Just don't follow me home. You can follow me in my seats, but that'd be a little weird. Anyways, that's about it. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.